This punctuation lesson is all about the ampersand. So the ampersand, which is a symbol you can see there in brackets in the header, is a symbol that is used to abbreviate the word and it actually has quite an interesting origin. We commonly use an ampersand in company names and logos. We also use it in academic citations. However, it is rarely used in formal writing. So if we think about the origins of this word, hundreds of years ago in the Middle Ages, when single letters were used as words, it was written as letter per se word, where per se is Latin, meaning sort of in and of itself. So, for example, the letter A, when used as a word, it would say A per se A, meaning A by itself is the word A. And at this time, this symbol was a letter meaning and. It was the letter and. So this gave rise to and per se and, meaning and by itself is the word and. And this and per se and sort of morphed slowly into the ampersand that we know and use today. But when we look at company names and logos, we'll see there are occasions when there are spaces around the ampersand, as in Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson, and sometimes there are no spaces around the ampersand, as in AT&T and A&M Records. And we can see that if the name has real words in the title, then we use spaces around it, and if it's just made up of letters, we don't put spaces around it. So in certain academic citation styles, the ampersand is used between author names when citing works with two or more authors. An example of this would be this large sentence: a few researchers in the linguistics field have developed training programs designed to improve native speakers' ability to understand accented speech. And this was based on research done by Derwing, Rossiter and Munro in 2002. And when we have our references section, we'll reference this as the title of the paper. So it's Derwing TM, Rossiter MJ and Munro MJ 2002. And the title of their paper was Teaching Native Speakers to Listen to Foreign Accented Speech, which was published in the Journal of Multilingual and Multicultural Development. And the numbers there show the pages that it was of that publication where this paper appeared. And in formal writing, you generally wouldn't replace the word and with an ampersand. It's generally seen as being a bit lazy in formal writing, but there are of course exceptions. If, for instance, you have a table or a graphic and space is limited, you could use this method of an ampersand to make space for more important information. Or you have common expressions such as rock and roll, B&B, Q&A, where B&B is a common abbreviation for bed and breakfast, and Q&A is the common abbreviations for questions and answers. And often in lists you will have this where it's not used as a separator. So if we're talking about someone's musical tastes, you could say they're like rock, R&B, jazz and funk. And the R&B in rhythm and blues, we can use an ampersand, but we can't use it at the end between jazz and funk. When we're addressing couples, we can refer to as Mr. and Mrs. Bloggs or Jim and Paula Adams. When we're referring to these couples like this, we can use an ampersand instead of the word and. As a rule, if you're not sure, use the ampersand less rather than more in formal writing. And if you're in any doubt, please check with your local style guide, which might have information about how to address this.